there were 3 or 4 moments I was like, that's beautiful. I love that they found to dance in the middle of the woods. I wouldn't have thought of that as a director. That would not have occurred to me as a director. So maybe, and I would say, maybe we want to hold on to that. And maybe I give you these 12 bars where it can happen or not. Right? Or, once they found each other, that practical man was like, this feels good, but you know what's going to feel better? Having the baby, so let me pull you over to get all of my stuff. And now we're fortified, right? Again, would not have thought of that as a director, I can say, right? So it's about, again, handing them, going back to what you were asking, going back to giving them plain, pure, simple, clear opportunity. Tangible, specific, yes?
And it really fed into his ego. I felt like he was giving up at the top of the scene.
Yes.
And just his ego just suddenly felt confident.
Well, sure. Because all of a sudden you had a woman who was genuinely giving superlatives. Sensitive, caring, well-mannered, considerate, right? All of that, like, just tumbling off. Because we all know when we're getting shined. We all know when you're getting, you're like, you're so cute, right? As distinct from, you're great. I mean, what just happened was great. When there's that genuine impulse to go, I have to give you all of this, of course his ego's being fed, but to a point of action, not to a point of thank you. Right? Because it genuinely offered and spontaneously offered, right? Yeah, it's great. The things that I picked up were different were, the reason I wanted you in there is because this young comedic actor knows that there's fun and humor in the irony of, I pulled it from A Maiden in a Tower, right? What was missing was, if it's going to be that offhand, the exhilaration and the exhaustion that it took to have that happen needs to be the foundation of that joke. It can't just be no coward in the middle of the woods going, I pulled it from there. It needs to be a woman who's like, yeah, right? And that's what it was, her breathing, right? Even after she said it, she had to catch her breath, right? She wasn't done, right? The tone was so practical. They had to get it back and forth. You mean you'll allow me to stay was no longer a romantic, sentimental, or affectionate question that was asked in rhetoric. Do you know what I mean? She wasn't asking for a place of, you mean you love me and I hope you say yes? She was saying, oh, I get to stay? Well, then I got to keep thinking. Right? All of a sudden it was activated, which was terrific. The word usage exponentially grew. Right? And the awareness of the woods grew. I saw it a couple places where in the middle of you being together, there was this moment of, where the hell are we? Right? And that's great storytelling. I love set designers, I love lighting designers. As Andrea has said to me a million times, my favorite run of a show is the last time you see it before you go into tech. Because it's the clearest the actors will ever be without all of the, like, the dress that opens up or the woods that come in. And to have 2 actors be able to go, oh my God, these woods, right? You want that before you get into your set. And that was found as well. Where we go next time is, I would offer, we'd clearly stage a little bit more, but I would also offer to you, as you keep working on this scene, you want to take the air out of that scene. He is considered. He's a very considered man. But I would offer to Constantine that with the amount of energy that's coming at you from her, as well as the clock ticking, there's going to be less time for him to consider. So if you respond sooner, not only will it string together a little bit more, but you're going to have more energy in how you deal with her to launch the song. Does that make sense? Yes, yes. And then paradoxically, I would say you also then don't want to rush in the song. There were a couple of times that you were like, and Mark did a great job surfing with you. But what's going to help that is let your discoveries have their moment. As you're going along, you're not going to stop for your discoveries, but you're going to let each discovery be full value, and that's going to keep the pedantry, that's going to keep the tempo underneath the scene. Does this make sense?
Yes.
And then we would find, where are we in the woods, and we'd find some blocking. And because they've been so fast in their blocking, I, as the director, would say, so let's flesh this out a little bit more. We are definitely going to get specific about blocking in this number, but because you found the dance moment, because you found the moment where you grabbed your wife and your belongings, let's talk about what other moments are possible for you. Yeah? Instead of prescribing, and again, one director's opinion, instead of prescribing, go over there, do this, I'd say, what is this like? When you were looking out at the woods, what did you see over here? Oh, well, is that useful or not useful to how we put the blocking